Hey, welcome to Fish Finder Guide Services edition of Texas Fishing Tips. We're all glad you're joining us. All right, we're going to start here. We're going to be looking once again at this east drop that runs from just south of Peta Island all the way to Bird Island Channel. Right there, it is a big area. That entire area is still holding speckled trout and bull redfish. A lot of the reds you're going to catch are going to be oversized. Catching them on croakers, catching the trout on croakers. Not really using too much piggies in this particular area. That zone there has plenty of trout for you to get your limit for everybody that's on your boat, and you'll probably pick up a bull red or two. One thing to keep in mind if you come out here and you start fishing, you get 2 or 3 trout in the box, and the bite stops a little bit, you're going to want to pick up your power poles or your anchor, and you're going to want to move up about 75, 100 yards and come back out and go back after it again. Same thing when that bite ends, you get 3, 4, 5 fish in the box, whatever it be. You're going to be moving on a little bit further and pop back out and do it again. That whole way around that entire east drop is loaded with speckled trout and has a lot of scattered bull reds. I will say this, there is a lot of oversized trout through there. A lot. You're going to catch, if you're fishing and you're fishing right, you're going to catch anywhere from 3 to 9 of them on a day bumping down that east drop. That being said, let's keep in mind why they made the law and what's going on. Let's be real careful with those big trout. Let's make sure we're getting our pitchers, we're getting them released, we're making sure they swim off. We're going to try to make sure when we get those bites, we're hooking them soon enough that we're not gut hooking them. But there's plenty of oversized trout, and plenty of big oversized reds through that whole area to do everything you got to do in that particular area. Still using croakers, number 7 Kel hook, number 6 Kel hook, whichever one you prefer. That area right there, I can't express it more. It's got plenty of fish, and it has a lot of oversized trout, so let's be careful with them. All right, let's talk about the big flat for a little bit. Coming over here from behind the ruins, down Pure Oil, in front of Hotel, across the south humps, and over into the north humps. That square right there will be holding some redfish. There are some scattered black drum on there. The main way to fish this is to make long drifts across, using gold spoons, using the lures of your choice. Just making these long drifts. The drifts last 30, 40 minutes. You'll probably get 1, maybe 2 bites of drift. You'll probably pick up a few nice trout. I would be using a 1/4 ounce jig head with some Berkeley power baits or some of the down south lures in darker colors. You could try some brighter, maybe electric chicken, something like that. Bass Assassins with the paddle tails will work. Any of your gulps would work through there. Gold spoons, Johnson, whatever you like, weedless gold spoons. Anyway, that whole area there has scattered reds. It's not tons, they're scattered reds. You can make 4 or 5 drifts through there. You'll pick up 2 or 3 reds, maybe 5 reds. I don't know. But that particular area has been holding redfish. As you move a little bit south of that, onto this square right in here, or whatever shape this crazy shape is, there's also a few reds in here. These reds are more prone to be caught using croakers or piggy perch rather than making the longer drifts. There's a nice sand hole that runs through the middle of this one. You could set up and throw your croakers and piggies into that and try to pick up the reds. All this has scattered sand holes all the way in here, and you could just throw your piggies and croakers out there. The further you get out here, the more likely you are to catch oversized reds. The further back in this area here you are, the more than likely you are to catch slot size reds. Using the same methods, just give that a shot, and maybe you'll come up with y'all some red. All right, we're going to go a little bit south of Bird Island Basin. This is Bird Island right in here. And we are going to go a little bit south to this area right in here. And this whole shoreline from about, I don't know, let's say 1.5 miles past Bird Island up to about 3 miles past Bird Island. Early in the morning, you can wade the drops out here, all these drops, any of those drops, and you can pick up some very nice speckled trout. Trout are up and down that thing. Boats will be going by one after another after another. It doesn't matter. The boat goes by, give it about 30 seconds and throw your croaker right in the prop wash. You'll still be catching trout there. Big old slicks are popping off of this back shoreline. A lot of activity in there. As the day comes up, you get about 9 or 10 o'clock where you can see the sand, this high sand, all this high sand you see here will have redfish and black drums. They are sight castable. This time of year, I would probably just try to throw dead shrimp at either one of them using like a 1/8 ounce jig head. You can try using lures. You probably do okay on that. I just feel like it's probably better if you use some type of dead shrimp or some type of cut bait or something for the reds, and then definitely the dead shrimp for the black drum. You will catch a few fish. You will see some fish up on that high sand. It's probably knee deep all through there, and there will be like groups of 15 and 20 drums coming down that shore. There will be reds and 2s and 3s, sometimes singles coming down that shore. You can try lures, but like I say, I prefer using like some shrimp and a jig head. It's kind of a guarantee, especially if the drums are around. Start checking the back sides of these islands right here. The back sides of those islands are holding trout early, and then a little tighter to them, possibly on cork and shrimp later. You'll be looking for black drum and redfish on behind them. But that whole area right there seems to hold right now quite a few reds, quite a few trout, and quite a few black drums. Anyway, that's it for this week's report. Hopefully you guys catch a bunch of fish. Be safe and be courteous to each other.